Good Wednesday morning, foggers. I hope your Tuesday was good. I hope that there was just enough struggle to keep you motivated. We don't want easy, right? We want real. We don't, easy things are fake and temporary. So, yesterday was a great day for 3 a.m. Bittersweet. I'll talk about that now. I'll get into it. But, we have a ton of new followers. Our podcast went throughout the country. I've got tons. I think I've responded to everybody. I hope, or mostly everybody. So because we have so many new followers, I want to just briefly talk about who we are and what we are and why we exist, right? So briefly, and then I'll get into a topic that we need to get into that all the messages were about. So 3M Fog, right? 3M Fog started online here in January, but it's been the last 13 or 14 years in the making, right? Through addictions and suffering, and the motive for having 3M Fog is just unselfish, pure love for my brothers and sisters, and that goes military, corrections, dispatchers, and police and fire, right? Anybody who's serving and has struggled and finds himself with acute stress, post-traumatic addictions, alcohol, suicidal ideology, anything like that, because of you serving in any capacity, everybody's welcome here. And what we are about is a safe space to discuss things that a lot of people, other people, quote unquote, normal people, and again, I don't even know till this day what normal means. A safe place for us to navigate our feelings, right? And in our profession, we don't feel. So if you look at the logo, it's 3 a.m. to feel again. Why? Because emotions are a key ingredient to healing from traumatic stuff. We see a world of shit and nobody educates us on how to navigate it, and nobody shows us what to look for. Sometimes we go to work and you say, hey, that guy's an asshole, that girl's an asshole, and whatever. We weren't made and we didn't come off of the assembly line as assholes, okay? So what we're trying to do here is, why do we act the way we do? And is there a way to fix it? And there absolutely is, right? So, I saw a lot of the new followers throughout the country, and I saw some familiar faces. And, I wanted to say that I'm the better version of what you guys knew. And I got a ton of messages about, oh, you're a great supervisor and you're the real deal and all that. And great, I'm humbled. I really am. And I'm glad that you feel that way. But the people that knew me before knew a version of myself when I was at probably the worst time of my life. And it's important to understand that when you're in addictions, alcohol, pills, drugs, whatever it may be, and you're functional, that is probably the most dangerous place to be. And I was functional, right? I wasn't falling down drunk at work or whatever. I never disrespected the badge, but I wasn't the best version of me. And for those people, I apologize, right? Even though you think that I was a great supervisor, and again, I'm grateful, but I wasn't offering you the best version of me. I think there's a much better version of myself now. And that's what we strive for here at 3 a.m., for you to get better every single day, right? If you're in that hole, if you're in that dark place, if you think you're drinking a little bit too much and you want to contact me, great, we'll talk about it. I'll show you all the little tricks and stuff that I learned that made me functional. And if you're doing some of those, then maybe there's an issue, right? I'm not anti-alcohol, but I will tell you that if you're drinking and there's unresolved issues, or there is a huge amount of trauma, there should be a red alert on your screen, okay? There should be some concern, because you shouldn't be drinking then. You should resolve those issues and then continue your life as you see them. Again, I'm not anti-alcohol at all. I'm around alcohol all the time and it doesn't bother me, but I know the signs to look forward to. So anyway, so I want to welcome all the new followers and everybody around the country. There's some people who watch the videos and see the stuff and don't follow, and that's great. Okay, a big thing about how we work here is always confidential. Confidentiality is a great tool, and it's a necessity, right? In order for people to feel comfortable, I will never discuss your name. If I do think that you've given me some good information and I can use it, I will ask you. And if I have to use your name, there's really no reason off the top of my head that I can think about using names. Sometimes I will use your story, and I'll never give away anything that may give away your identity. I sometimes I have to switch days, or if it's a female officer, I'll say a male officer, or vice versa. Whatever I need to do to always protect you. I will always protect who you are, and my goal here is only to make yourself better. And believe it or not, you guys, and I say guys, are guys and girls, you know, you guys feed me. You guys make me better, and you guys give me purpose in life. And so that is who 3 a.m. is. I invite you to look at the earlier videos. And again, you know, with days coming up, I'll discuss exactly how we came up with 3 a.m. fog. But it's in the videos, in the very first videos, if you go through it. We're very open and honest. We use the word suicide. We don't use checking out. Checking out is what you do at a hotel. We use the word suicide. It needs to be said. It needs to be addressed. It is what it is. It's a part of who we are sometimes, and we need to address that, right? Substance abuse, alcohol, all those things. So again, I welcome you to 3 a.m. Fog. I love that you're here. I hope you'll tell more people. And I wanna talk and speak and go throughout the country and bring awareness about our profession, the downfalls and the great things, right? We live in a world where the only popular cop is a dead cop, and that's bullshit, okay? So it's a great honor. I've had many great honors in my life, but one of the greatest honors is to be an advocate for you guys, to be your voice, and the things you want me to say, you can tell me, and I'll say them. Because I'm retired, can't control my shit anymore. So with that, welcome. And I want to discuss now something that I got tons of messages about, and it was, like I said, a bittersweet day for me here at 3 a.m. Workplace toxicity. We can't allow that. I went through it. I know what it's about. The hardest times, like you heard in that clip about the podcast, the worst times of my life and my career were internal shit. Dealing with bullies, and I'm no small guy, and you guys know me, I don't take shit, but dealing with bullies, liars, and people that stepped all over me to get above me. And my goal was never to climb the ladder. The only reason I became a supervisor was to make a buffer between the bullshit and my troops. And the only thing I care about are the men and women on the road. I don't care what the people above think. If they're great people, great. And I had some great leaders, right? So with that being said, workplace toxicity, you know, the old cliche of hurt people is very true. So, you know, how do we deal with that? I think, and again, I'm not a professional, I'm not an expert, I'm just a guy who's been there. And I think that the best way is when you get challenged, remember, we're supposed to follow all orders unless they're illegal, and then you can counter them later. So you get an order to do something, or somebody's making your life difficult, just tell them, man, what's wrong with you, right? What's wrong with you? Why are you being difficult? I'm not being insubordinate. I'm going to go ahead and carry the order that you wanted me to do. But why are you being so nasty? Who did what to you? And just put it out there. And that's not being difficult. Those are little seeds of hope, right? So just drop those seeds and challenge them. And when I mean challenge them, I don't mean become insubordinate. Like, why are you being like that? Does that make you happy to try to hurt me or whatever? You're not hurting me, right? And it takes an incredible amount of focus for you to go to work. I got a message yesterday from somebody who I respect very highly, and they're like, listen, I'm a call away from just leaving. And it's not the bad guy on the road. We know how to take care of business. It's the people that make my life difficult going to work every day. Putting on that uniform became more of a struggle because of people's attitude. And that sucks. And it needs to be addressed, and it needs to stop. And if we come together, like I've told you before, we can put an end to that. And we'll keep addressing that. We're not going anywhere. So workplace toxicity is a huge thing when it comes to, you know, mental illness and mental stress and just the difficulties of our job. If we can nix that down a little bit, we'll be a much better profession. And it's been around forever. And I know it's not just going to go away like that, but do what you need to do to challenge that. Okay. We wouldn't take shit from people on the street, so don't take shit in the barn. Address it, okay? Because these bullies will continue to get empowered and feel empowered, and there are people in supervisory positions that shouldn't be there. Like I said on the thing, who took their cookie and their milk money and makes them so pissed off? Needs to be addressed, okay? Don't meet it with more, negativity, and negativity equals nothing. You got to deal with it and just address it with them, right? We want to be better here, so do that. So address those things. I welcome all my new followers, and it's about us. It's never about me. I'm here for you, and you feed me. So it's us and we. It's never about me. I will never ask you for money. I don't believe in fluff. You're not going to see actors and popular people here, unless they're being interviewed for the betterment of us or asking them what are they going to do for us. That's what we need to do. If we have access to people like that and leadership positions, we need to be asking those difficult questions. What are you doing to better us, to help me, right? Supervisors that are on here, you need to be better. The troops aren't here for you, you're here for them. Don't forget that. And if you have the opposite mindset, you got to really ask yourself why you're a supervisor, okay? It's not about ego. Ego is not going to get you anywhere. Ego is a dead-end road. So you're here for the troops, and you need to be better, addressing roll calls and doing the things that you need to do to help them. And I'm going to leave you with the last thing. The one thing you can never take away from a person is hope. So I leave you with that. Always have hope in your heart. Don't ever think that there's no hope. If you're in a dark place, if you're drinking, if you're going through drugs, all the things that I did, right? I'm just like a raging addict that has been there. I know the way out, okay? And I know places to refer you to, and we need to talk and feel. Emotion doesn't make you weak, brother, okay? So that mentality, that's old news. We want to move forward and be better. And I leave you with that today on this Wednesday. Hope. Nobody can take away your hope, all right? God bless you. Thank you for serving. And you guys are heroes and badasses, so act like it, okay? Every day that you go out there, it makes you a hero and a servant, all right? Thank you, all right? And God bless you. And if God allows me to, I'll be here tomorrow again advocating for you. God bless you. 3M Fog.